Drinking buddies, I got this awesome double blind flight that was sent to me by the fabulous Mark. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
Double blind flight drinking buddies. So we are going with the standard scoring system. 1 point for type, 1 point for proof, 1 point for distillery, and 1 point for whether or not it's finished. So that's a total of 20 points on this particular blind. I know nothing about these pours. They could be Scotch, they could be bourbon, they could be rye, they could be finished, they could be high proof, low proof, anything. This one smells a little dank. This one smells a little special. Like higher age, like wet oak, like damp meadow, freshly rained on. I think that's Buffalo Trace. Could be turkey. I'm just getting that nice cherry, bourbon vanilla, and brown sugar, things I usually get off those two distilleries. Turkey usually comes with a little funky cinnamon thing. I don't get that here. That's why I think it's Buffalo Trace. So I think that's, we're gonna go 95 proof. We're gonna go bourbon. Not finished. And for a bottle guess, I can get a bonus point if I snipe one. It's really giving me Weller vibes. For now, as a placeholder, I'm gonna go CYPB. Weller CYPB for now. That's my guesses for A. Let's move on to B. Oh, wow. Okay, so this one's cake frosting. This one's confectionery sugar, creamy, buttery, oaky as well. Don't like the palate as much as I liked one, but I do like it. So far, so good. That one could be 1792. Not sure. I think it's a bourbon. I'm gonna go 95 proof again. Not finished. For a guess, I'm gonna say 1792 single barrel, just as a guess. The palate's really slight baking spice, brown sugar, bourbon vanilla. A lot of vanilla on here. Very heavy on vanilla. I'm gonna rinse real quick. Let's rinse it out. Ooh. This one's a little bit more subtle on the nose than the first two. First two were jumping out at me, jumping out of the glass. This one is a little bit dank, a little bit dusty, a little bit leathery, leather books, and a little bit of grains in here too. So, contradiction. That's sweet and peanutty. That's Beam or Heaven Hill. I'm gonna go Beam. Bourbon. 90. Not finished. I'm actually going to hedge my bets here. I'm gonna say Beam for distillery, but for bottle guess, I'm gonna say Larceny. Small batch. So far, number one's my favorite, but both of these are good. These are both good. Hard to go wrong with bourbon. I mean, even if I say a bourbon is kind of bad, I still probably like that bad bourbon better than most good Scotch, or, you know, that's just how I am. You got to get into really excellent single malt territory for me to like it more than your standard bourbons and ryes. Rye's a little different though. It's easier to screw up a rye, I think. There's really bad ryes and there's really good ryes, and in between's a little harder. They had a saying when I was in college. I have an English degree, and they said it's impossible to get an A, and it's even harder to get a C. That's how I feel with bourbon. Like, it's so hard to be like an amazing bourbon, and it's so hard to be a bad bourbon. But being a B bourbon is pretty easy. Ooh, this is a little bit floral on the nose. Maybe Four Roses. Yeah, floral and a little spicy. Could be a rye. Four Roses often drinks like a rye to me. Huh. It's got a really nice punch of flavor. I think that's higher proof than the rest we've done. A little spicy thing on the tip of my tongue. Front of palate, forward. I gotta be honest, I have no idea what that is. Like, at all. Might have to circle around back to that. I mean, the other ones I guessed are probably wrong, but at least I had some idea. Let's do it. Let's do a little rinse. Yeah. Changed it a little bit. Coming back to it. There's a little bit of a rye spice thing now. I think this is a rye. On the nose, I think rye, and on the palate, I think bourbon. Maybe we're just dealing with a high rye bourbon here. I'm going to come back to that one. I'm not making any guesses on that guy. It'll make for a little better entertainment when you don't know what I guessed, and then in the finals, you'll see. This one's got a little bit of an herbal thing as well. Maybe the back two are ryes. But that could just be like high rye bourbon. There's some nice sweetness and a little bit of herbal tea thing here as well. Great mouthfeel on that one. Really, really loaded my palate. Nice and spicy, great finish. Loaded with flavor. That's something special. I dig that. Okay, I'm going a little weird here. I'm going to go with Buffalo Trace again. I'm going to go 95. No, I'm going to go up to 100 proof. Not finished. Rye. And I think that could be E.H. Taylor straight rye. It's probably hotter than that. It's probably higher proof than that because it is giving me those vibes. This could also be something from Sagamore, but I think it's a rye. That's really good. There's two up here that I really dig. Everything up here is good, but A and D, or A and E, I really like. Is that still a network on TV? A&E? I don't know. I don't have cable. All right, drinking buddies. I'm going to run through these again, and when we come back, I'll let you know my guesses. I'll tell you which one's my favorite, and we'll see how I did. Hopefully, I got 20 out of 20. It's never happened. It's never going to happen. All right, drinking buddies. So I ended up coming up with guesses for 4. I'm not confident about them at all. I'm not really confident about any of this. I feel like I flubbed this pretty hard. I'm guessing single barrels for 3 of the 5, which means this could be a single barrel flight if I got that right at all, but I'm probably wrong. So for A, my guess is Buffalo Trace 95 proof bourbon, not finished, and I changed it to Blanton's. Let's see. Ah, wow. Okay, so I did terribly on this. Okay, so this one is I.W. Harper Cabernet Cask Reserve. Maybe that's where I was getting so many fruity things from. I did get proof. I got bourbon. It didn't get not finished, and I obviously didn't get my bottle guess, so I got 2 there. Next up, I said 4 Roses. I said bourbon. I said 105 proof. I said not finished, and I said 4 Roses single barrel. I'm very close on proof. Um, it is bourbon. It is. I got proof. I didn't get not finished because this is going to be finished in a second barrel. This is the tribute blend from 2XO, 2x Oak by Dixon Dedman. And I really liked this. I'm actually a little bit sad that I didn't buy this when I was in Tennessee right now, because they had signed bottles sitting on the shelf. So if you're in Knoxville, Tennessee, and you want to buy this bottle, they have it signed by Dixon Dedman in Knoxville, Tennessee. So C. This one is, I should have gone up in proof. I really felt like I really needed to go up in proof, and I didn't. But it's an Old Ezra 7. It's not Beam. It is bourbon. It is not 90 proof. It's not finished, so that's good. So I got 2 there. And it is Lux Row, of course, charcoal mellowed, Lux Row Distillery. Yeah. Next up. Now, I'm going to get some points here. This is kind of fun. No, I'm not. I'm going to get like 2 points. Anyway, it's MGP. I did say MGP. I said 110 proof. I said not finished, and I said rye. I only got 1 point here. I don't know why I thought I was going to do well. When I initially looked at it, I thought I saw the word rye, but I definitely didn't. It's definitely finished. It's Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend, straight bourbon whiskey, finished in Armagnac sherry and cognac casks. Batch 175, 119.3 proof. I feel really, really bad for putting that, not at the top, because that's a really special bottle. That's D. So I only got 1 point there. It did really throw me for a loop. That finish threw me off. I couldn't figure out what I was drinking. And like I said, he set me up with a great flight here. There's no bad bourbons up here, but I definitely would say I would recommend the 2XO over the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend, because if you like that like extra unique bourbon, is a lot cheaper than the Cigar Blend and a little bit more readily available. Meanwhile, I picked that IW Harper as my favorite, and between that and the last one, and it's in the States you can get it. It's not very expensive, and it is pretty readily available. Last up, this is RY3, so rye, Cigar Cask Series rye whiskey, finished in Madeira rum and Naranja casks, triple finish, French oak staves, phenomenal spirits, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 121.2 proof. Wow. So that's a rye, and I was way off on proof. I got 1 point on that one. 8 out of 20. F minus. Mark, you did a great job on this one. You put it together a good one for me. A nice mix of like finished stuff, not finished stuff, ryes, bourbons. This was really cool. You gave me 5 great whiskeys too. I look forward to finishing these samples, because everything up here I really enjoyed, especially the RY3 pick and this IW Harper 90 proof Cabernet cask finished bourbon. Man, I really thought it was CYPB. So, man, if you want to save some money on CYPB and not spend the fortune to buy it, you've got some pretty similar flavors in that IW Harper, Cabernet cask finish. And the last one, the RY3, really good rye. To consider, I was saying this about 100 proof rye, and it's 120 proof rye. This thing drinks smooth for what it is. All right, drinking buddies, I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.